Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to any newcomers. It's Bilal with Thicker Color, and it's time for part 2 of my sketchbook tour. I think in this one we'll really get to see the improvement and progress that I've made from everything that was in the first part of the book. I'll make a few comparisons in this one as well, so you can see what I mean. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you may have throughout the video. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we have a graphite drawing of some strawberries. I was really getting into the shading process with these. It was interesting trying to put the drop shadows in and still be able to distinguish them from the actual stems and fruit. I think it turned out well. I tried to make them a little fuzzy, but I'm not sure if y'all can see that. But it worked better on the baby strawberries. But anyway. Next we have this graphite drawing of a dish my wife was making. I think it was curry chicken. But I was still practicing the shading and shadows and everything. Also, I tried to represent the texture of some of the vegetables by putting in the highlights back there, the highlights. But that's one of the things I can improve on, the texture and everything. But it turned out okay. I probably should have put them on a table or something so you can get some depth in this picture. But this on the sketchbook, so. Okay, here's another one of those pics my friend sent me from Vegas. I did one earlier. You can see it in part 1. But that one was pen and ink. This one I did it in graphite because that's what I was kind of into at the time. What I like about this one is the waterfalls in the back and how they hit the water. It was fun trying to draw that. Also, I like the tree that's in the foreground. It's like just the trunk, so it's very detailed. But with the other trees, I think I could work on the texture of the leaves and make that look a little better. But overall, it turned out okay. Okay, this one is from a reference photo, just some leaves and berries. In this one, it was fun trying to draw the veins in the leaves and also get the dark areas to contrast with the light areas. I like working with graphite because it's very smooth and easy to blend. Okay, now this Austin Martin here gave me a difficult time, but you will see the good and the bad here at Thicker Color. This one is in color pencil, and the color actually turned out okay. I tried blending with those odorless mineral spirits, and it worked out okay. But my problem was the actual contour. Trying to draw the actual shape of the car. Now, this next car, it pretty much got the best of me. In this one, the contour turned out okay, but the color gave me a problem. There were these reflections of these leaves in the car, and I couldn't get the reflections right. I think I had to come back to drawing cars. But this is the side you don't see in other videos. You see artists show their best work, which is good. But this channel is about growth and development, so here it is. But I ended up flipping it over and just doing some line art on top of it, just to make me feel a little better, and it worked. Okay, here we have these hands I drew in graphite. I like drawing hands because they have so much characteristic. They have so much character in them. There's so many different ways you could position the hand. There's so much detail in them. This was a lot of fun to draw. They all look similar, but they are actually different. I had a great time with this one. Now here's another color pencil drawing. These are a plate of figs. You can see in the previous video, I like drawing outlines in pen when I use color pencil. Now the color turned out okay, but there's actually these these little specks on the reference photo that I couldn't put it on this on here because the color pencil is hard to put white on top of it. That's one of the things I know we'll work on in the future, and you all can tune in for that. But I went ahead and drew them in graphite so I could try to get these specks in it, but it wasn't as easy as I thought. So I just put some highlights on it, and it turned out good. Graphite is really easy to work with, but there's no color, so I have to get better at using the color pencils. So here we go with this person in a sitting position. I had a great time drawing this one as well because, for one, like I said, I like drawing hands. It was a lot of detail going into that, but also the folds on the clothing were very interesting. I know you may say, here we go again with this graphite, but it is a sketchbook after all. I practice and practice and practice on these things. So as a matter of fact, most of the color is in the first part of the book. Okay, I took a picture of my teeth after the dentist, and I thought it would be very cool to draw it. After I got all the shadow in behind the bottom row, though, I realized there wasn't much detail inside of the teeth, inside the mouth. Maybe it would have been if I would have put it in color, but I know my teeth are not as white as this paper. But anyway. Okay, so this is my favorite one of all. It took quite some time getting the black on, but I like how they were kind of beat up, so it gave them a lot of character. I like the soles. That was a lot of fun trying to get that pattern down, and the torn shoestring. There's a glare from the light that really lets you see how the shoe bends on the side. This was, quite a bit of fun doing this one. Here we have some more line art, like I showed in part 1. I started trying to put a little more detail in these so they could have some substance. I think I'll go ahead and turn back to those pages so you can see the difference from then and now. So there's a lot less dark areas in these, and that makes a big difference. Here's another one. Again, more detail, some different shapes, and I tried to get that wood texture going on in there. These are really turning out nice. That's if you like abstracts. Let me know in the comments, if you were able to see an improvement, and if you're into abstract art. I'm really doing something big with these when I put color on them. I'll show you that in another video. Okay, here's one that was redone from before, with more details and better line work. I'm gonna flip back and compare, and I guess this will also be a before and after video. So here you can see there was really no dark contrast, darks to contrast the lights, and this big white area on the bottom. I changed all of those things in the redo. I also incorporated the texture, the wood texture, like before, and it turned out pretty good. I like this one. Okay, this one I did in graphite, and it came out good, but I think I like the pen and ink better. Either way, I'm really getting into these abstract line arts. And I may do some more in graphite, or maybe some other media as well. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, this tree was from a reference photo. I thought it was just an amazing tree, It looked really good. I don't know the name of this tree. If anyone does, let me know in the comments if anyone knows the name of this tree. I did this one in pen and ink. I tried to use those scribble type of lines for the leaves, and it came out nice. Also, I used the scribble lines for the shadow, that is the back side of the tree. This helped to get that effect of light, shining through a little bit. Very fun to draw. Here we have a bowl of cherries. Now, the reason why I wanted to draw this is because it had those areas where the glare was coming from the glass, and that's those highlights on the glass you see there. Also, it had a few cherries pressed up on it, pressed up on the glass. I really wanted to try to depict that effect, and I thought it turned out very well. I'm probably going to do this one again in colored pencil, and I'll upload it for you all to see. Okay, so here's this heart again. Now I'm going to turn back and show you all the one I drew from before. So you can see the difference. Here, shading will take you a long way. You can see. Let's see here. You can see in the old heart here, the lack of detail and shading. It makes the first one look a little plain and flat. But I like drawing this heart. I could draw this heart, all day. I'm probably gonna do another one of these in color, but we'll see. Okay, this one I call Nurturing Hands. Now, it was from a reference photo, and I didn't really do any professional line work or anything like that. Like the hatching or cross hatching or anything of that nature. I just took the ballpoint pen and blacked out the dark areas. It turned out better than I thought, actually, because I felt like I was kind of scribbling, but sometimes that's what I do. I just zone out and scribble, Sometimes I have to do that. But anyway, guys, this is the last one here. I wanted to thank you all for coming. I'm kind of new to this editing and everything like that, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to put them in the comment. Also, anything on the artwork that you may have any suggestions on, leave it in the comments also. And I'll put a link in the description for part 1 for those who missed it. But if you like the video, leave it a like and subscribe so you can keep up with the content. I have a lot in store for this channel, and I hope you all stay tuned. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.